नमस्कार. आयच्या डिबेटात तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार. विशय आता मायनिंगाचो. खंय तरी परत मायनिंग सुरू जाता अशें दिसता. ते जाता ते सारके ट्रॅकार आसा आनी जर ट्रॅकार ना जाल्यार आमी कितें करचें पडटलें हाजेर आमी भासाभास करता. 4 मनीस स्टुडियोक पयलीं आसात कारण कायदो खूब इनवॉल्व जालात मायनिंगा भितर. सो आमचे पॅनलिस्ट क्लियोफास बाब कुतीन, वेलकम. दुसरी म्हजे बरोबर आसात बीजेपीचे आनी जांकां मायनिंग सामकें भितरल्यान भायल्यान सगळी खबर आसा, निलेश बाब काब्राल, वेलकम टू द शो. तिसरे आसात म्हजे बरोबर गोवा फावंडेशनाचे विशाल रॉली. विशाल, वेलकम. आनी चवथी आसात म्हाका दिसता जांकां मायनिंगाचेर पळोवन पळोवन अख्खी गोंयाक संवय जाल्या, हरीश बाब मेलवानी, वेलकम. क्लियोफास हांव तुमच्याचेर सुरवात करता कारण अल्टिमेटली कायदो आनी मायनिंग ही इतली सद्याक हें जावन घुसपा गोंधळाची जाल्यात की प्रत्येक गजाल फुलफील करून एक बिझनेस स्टार्ट जाता, इंडस्ट्री स्टार्ट जाता काय ना, आणि ती जाता ती सारकी जाता काय ना. दोन महत्वाचे प्रश्न उभे जातात. व्हॉट डू यू थिंक?
See, mining will start. But what has happened is, in the last judgment of the Supreme Court has asked the central government to frame a new mining policy. Now, this issue came up before the court upon an argument by Prashant Bhushan on what he called as an intergenerational equity. If the mining goes on at the present rate, whether the future generations will get minerals, whether the future generation will get environment in the same form as we are getting today, and how to deal with this problem. And why should, now his main argument was that in Orissa, the minerals will be over in the next 30 years. And the next generation will not have any minerals. And second issue was that the mining has been going on in a very rampant manner without following any rules and regulations. The act has not been followed. Now in that situation, the Supreme Court said, particularly dealing with the argument of intergenerational equity, that they are unable to deal with this issue, and they felt that if laws are to be changed, they may have to be changed. And they said that the government must come out with a policy, particularly on this issue. Though they did not say that, but you can make out that it's a direct impact of that
the
issue.
Existing mineral policy needs to evolve.
No, two things have to come out, they say. That, of course, they have not said that what should come out. They were very clearly dealing with this argument, one. And secondly, they said, at present, keeping in mind the indiscriminate mining operations in Orissa, it does appear that there is no effective check on mining operations, nor is there any effective mining policy. The National Mineral Policy 2008 seems to be only on paper, and it is not being enforced, perhaps due to involvement of very powerful vested interest or a failure of nerve. Now, this is correct. Now look at our state. In 2015, the government came out with a policy of auctioning. Now this was a national policy of auctioning of mining leases. We defeated it by renewing the leases one day before the ordinance came. I would say this is some sort of a fraud on the law.
Okay. Nilesh is smiling. Nilesh, I will come to you. Vishal, कितें दिसता? The mining is starting again. तुमची ऑर्गनायझेशन consistently एक भूमिका घेवन झगडत आसा. Do you feel we are in a position to start the industry in a proper manner?
We do need to do a lot before we start. What Clifford Bab said, I'll try to say it in very simple words. The big word is intergenerational equity. What it basically means is what wealth we have is not inherited from our ancestors, it is borrowed from our future generation. Now, if you just understand the depth of this statement, this is many people are attributed to this statement, it's a reality. If we don't have that vision that what we have today is actually borrowing from our children, and if we are going to just destroy everything, loot everything now, like rapacious, like greedy pigs, the world will be destroyed and nothing will be left of it. And that is the basic thing. The Supreme Court in their legal framework, they said, please take care that we, in our hurry, in our greed, just do not destroy, forget the environment also, destroy public wealth. What it means is like minerals are shared inheritance. It is something with the people own, right? If you are going to take that and give it into private hands, wholesale sell it, it's like a family gold. It has an inheritance. If you are gold, would you sell it or you would keep it for the children, and your children will be asked to keep it for their children? It is not something you squander. So this is a very enormous situation, and this opportunity is historic because a commission has been set up to look into all the views of civil society, the mining affected people, the environmentalists, the miners themselves, and the views are being sought. And if the changes are made and intergenerational equity principle is followed to the T, it is being done in many places in the world. It will be just earth-shattering reform. It can just put the wealth, the redistribution of wealth, make it a lot more equitable. It will destroy crony capitalism. It will destroy corruption. It is a really historic moment for us. That's why as civil society we are very, very keen that finally corrective steps are taken. And this,
coming to point of auctioning, which was raised by Cleofat Bab. First of all, neither the central government nor the state government, although they claim they are owners or trustees of these minerals, they are not aware what are the minerals, which are the minerals present. And in my suggestion to this committee, I have asked them to include the identification of the total minerals. For example, in Goa, Doctor, you may be aware, we say what is your overburden ratio? Someone will say 3:1, 4:1. Now, what does this mean? It means to extract 1 ton of iron ore, you are extracting 3 or 4 tons of other minerals. Simply you are not identifying what are these minerals and you are dumping it somewhere. Goa has 750 million tons, that 75 crore tons of dumps have accumulated. And every time you go for 20 million tons a year production, you are going to add another 80 million tons of so called dumps. Now, what are these dumps? These dumps are not kachra, they are valuable minerals, and it would be foolish to auction a mine when you don't know what it contains. So, I think government at that point realized that we don't know what is the value of this. So, how do you auction? And in that, I think some leases were renewed, some leases were extended, because the government itself does not know what is the value of what they have. Okay. Now, coming to the other point of intergenerational equity. Some countries have banned open pit mining. What we do in Goa is open pit mining. Now, when you do open pit mining, you open up the earth and you leave huge holes in the ground. Philippines, where I am active, has banned open pit mining. China has banned open pit mining. There you have underground mining and minimum 500 meters below the surface. So, you mine, you are mining plenty of material, but not on the surface. On the surface you will see cities, highways, industries, but 500 meters below is the mine. So, it does not mean that mining should stop, because you need minerals, otherwise you will not be able to sit here and watch this debate even on TV.
Correct.
Without minerals you are nothing. So, this is what I want to address, is there is a quantum jump in technology, and I want to come to my favorite subject. When I studied in my chemistry in college, there were only 108 elements in the periodic table, 108 distinct elements in. Today there are 132 elements and predicted that there may be more. Each of these elements has its own minerals in which it is present. Have we identified which are the minerals? Have we amended our thought process to the fact that technologies have changed, identifications have changed? We are
तुम्ही
still
म्हणतात की while restarting ही टेक्नॉलॉजी आणि हे आयडेंटिफिकेशन जावप आणि ताजो आम्ही
जावंक
maximum
जाय.
उपयोग करून
Of
घेवप.
course.
I think that is what is most
ना जाल्यार
required.
ऑक्शनिंग तूं कितें करतलो?
ओके निलेश बाब, दोन मुद्दे आहेत. एक म्हणजे आणि पहिले म्हणजे ज्या तरेन तुम्ही लीज रिन्यू केली, दे सेड दॅट इट वॉज लायक अ फ्रॉड ऑन द लॉ. दुसरो मुद्दो जो आसा तो इंटरजनरेशनल इक्विटीचो, जो सगळ्याकच लागता. सरकार कशी पळयता ह्या इशू कडेन?
पळय, इट इज हाव यू टेक इट. इट इज एडवोकेट्स थिंक दॅट ही इज इन एडवोकेट भाशेन तेणें सांगलें, लिगली भाशेन तें सारकें न्ही, तो एडमीट करतलो. हेचे फुडें जर गव्हर्मेंटान तशें केलें जाल्यार ही वील टेक द गव्हर्मेंट टू टास्क, which even they will take, he will take. Whatever has Harish Baban सांगला की they government decided that अशें करपाक जाय because in the interest of the state. Because when you take the full activity, even I was for renewal. So not because I was affiliated to anybody, because when you see today, Goenchi mine is not like Orissa. Mines in Goa started way back before even in I remember my father used to tell that when India brought restrictions on Goa. India brought restriction on Goa. That is the time these mines really came operational. If I don't know, Harish Babu knows, because my father told me. And what was the reason? Is because India stopped giving supply of all sorts of products to Goa. And who came in support of this? Were the mine owners who exported mines and in return brought products from outside, where the craft, what you say today is, people say cheese, was brought that time in Goa by mine owners in the form of barter system. And that is why that Bandi India had brought on Goa did not go ahead. This is my father used to tell me.
That story is true.
I'm just telling you now, my father is no more, so I don't know, but he told me and he is no more. Harish Babu is also no, and I don't have a clever no. So now you explain to me this. What he is saying is lease holding. What our stand was is, yes, we are with the new this, that they should be leased and they should not be given to the people who are already operating. What is that? Now they have a period which is getting over. After that, government will do that. So I think I have answered that question. About his inherency, whether the herency, he says, he has put it beautifully. He has said that whatever we have, it is of our children. Now how many more children we are going to have, nobody knows. It is indefinite. God, we are not God. I mean, we take it, I have never seen God, but I take that as a God, as somebody who has created this universe. So we all believe, including him, everybody. And very few people today have a different opinion, but majority of people feel that there is somebody there who is observing us. I think he must be of the same generation, unless Goa Foundation has changed him. But what I am trying to say is very simple, that how many more centuries what is going to be here and how they are going to use, we don't know. See, today crude was just going high rocketed. Today, because some other things were found, crude is starting dropping down. Has the requirement stopped? Has the vehicles operating on crude, has petroleum products reduced? What is the reason? Has the vehicle stopped, or the use of vehicles in a different format have started? That is why crude is dropping. So we don't know what is happening. I agree to him that yes, we have to keep some things for our next generation. Next, whatever is going to come. But what is that? Who is going to define the next generation?
You cannot base your entire business arithmetic on that.
Yes. See, today people are for this generation. Society has changed that the son does not know to take care of his father. Father, you forget the common society like us. Big name, Raymond, you know the story of Raymond. Where his son is taking care of his father. What the auction is right now is the leases which were specific to iron ore. But in that, I will not name leases. I know of other leases. Like there are in the lease, there is one big lease where they have found granite. The granite means basalt, but they cannot do it because the mineral policy is not there. And another lease, actually it is an iron ore lease, but they have found your manganese and more quantity of manganese, but their policy is not there. So I agree in one concept that yes, we have to make a policy in
You are saying that policy should evolve now.
3%, whatever, every 4 tons, 3 tons or 2 tons or 4 tons goes as reject, has got mineral in there which has to be identified. Whose job is that? Even see, I'll finish it. The job is not only the government. He has been poor fellow trying to tell the government, and successive governments have not done it. That either the mine owner does or the leaseholder does and identify what is the amount of quantum of mineral in his rejection and apply. And if then government does not give, then you can start blaming the government.
Okay.
That's all I have to say. Not take it.
You are making a point.
No, I was trying to say that that in case the argument of Nilesh is accepted, all that it means is let us exploit the present situation to its maximum, forget the past, forget what is going to happen in the future. I think this argument is not correct, one, and it is only because of this attitude that the Supreme Court has said come out with a new policy. It's only because of this attitude and this argument, and exactly what he is saying, hey, is happening, and that is why the new policy is required.
See, let us be the realistic people of today. I agree to one point where he said, Vishal says that you have to think about the future, which I agree. But how much you have to think about the future is not defined.
You are saying that people dependent on mining are in no mood to think
no.
about intergenerational equity.
Sir,
That is what you are saying.
You are wrongly
he
got
is saying
you are
people
wrongly.
dependent on mining are not bothered about the future.
No. See, you are wrongly saying. See, again, you are making allegation. It is with the people.
Animals.
It
They
is
want to
not that
kill
way.
their
It is
children
never
and
that way. What
eat
I
them.
said. What I said. See, please be. See, don't make allegations about people because I don't represent all of them in mining. Like neither do you represent all advocates.
Yeah.
So I also don't do the same. Neither Goa Foundation has maybe have various. Claude will tell something else. Vishal's view might not be taken. They'll have to discuss and come out with the view. What I am trying to say is very simple. My way of telling it very simple is who is going to put that thing on paper and how are you going to implement it?
Now, when you are exploiting resources, a certain percentage is put aside, and many countries have done it. Sweden has done it, Papua New Guinea has done it. A certain percentage is put aside in a fund, like the
That
Goa.
is different. See, that is different.
Allow me to complete, sir. Allow me to complete. And this is kept to provide a revenue, like a rent, to our future generations. It doesn't mean that you stop exploiting.
Correct.
It never says that you stop exploiting the material. But
The extent of exploitation.
But the extent of exploitation has to be disciplined. What happened in Orissa?
It happened in Goa.
What happened in Goa?
2000 whatever.
Now in Goa also, I just at the cost of repeating myself, there were about 90 working leases. What was the need to bring in 300 additional traders? What were they doing?
Okay.
Why were they brought in?
Vishal, you wanted to make a point.
Yeah, actually, good you touched upon this. Intergenerational equity doesn't mean keeping the minerals forever. It's keeping the value of the minerals.
Exactly.
So it's in value form.
This is what I understand of it.
So, you know, the thing is, suppose we can mine everything now. In 10 years, it will be over. Then how can we, or like you're saying, we don't know how long we are going to live.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, till the meteor
Yeah,
comes and
there cannot
strikes
be a
us.
scientific tabulation of the intergeneration.
That is
No,
what I wanted to say.
okay.
That is what I wanted to say.
So, there is a method though. So, and this is not something like, you know, Goa Foundation is just dreamed up or something. There are
Been done
many,
in many countries.
many countries in the world.
But how do we do it? How do we go it? That
and
is what he's saying.
the best practices are laid down, and people in the government should be very aware of these things.
I agree
because-
on those points which is saying, but see, I will explain to you. When in 2012 mining stopped in Goa, see all these years from, as I said, Portuguese time, there were markets. Portuguese like Goan markets used to cater to Japan, suddenly China. Somebody, when 2012 the market stopped, supply stopped, they did not stop the industry. They went to different places. So if you are thinking that your sister and your brother who is going to be born 20, 100 million
You are
years away
saying
from
that your product can be out of date within the next 10 years. Forget about next generation.
Yes.
Probably
No,
it can be
that's-
out of
that's-
date.
that's- no, that's
Then when the
completely-
demand
that's
comes-
completely bogus actually.
No, it is
You
the
know,
truth. That's not because you know the market today.
No,
What is the market
but
today
you
for Goan
don't-
ore?
But you don't know what the market will be tomorrow.
we don't know.
Like sir
That's
said,
what I'm trying to say.
Like
We
sir
don't know
said,
what will
you
happen
don't
tomorrow.
know the value. It may be more. They
Maybe.
say, by all records, by financial accounts, do you know what was the value of ore in last 10 years which the Goa government got?
No, see, that is.
No,
that
answer
is-
the question. It's a very
see,
straightforward question, sir.
No, I'm telling you, that was only
What is-
royalty. See, there are two parts of the question. What is it?
What
I'll
is
answer
the
it.
what
I'm
is the
answering
figure?
it.
What is the figure, sir?
I'm
I'm
answering
asking.
it. See, focus on the governments in the past was not the focus what that they should keep some value of it to the government. The focus on the government, as I told you, I think he has not understood. In the past, when the Portuguese governments gave the leases, and that time also they were not marketed well. Condition came that they gave them full boost when India brought blockage to Goa. Situation changed. They went to market, they exploited that thing and they brought in the commodities. What he is saying, the focus when government royalties were concerned was never there. It was the focus of the government to allow the
On
people
the
to
foreign
build.
exchange.
On the foreign exchange was the first priority, number one. Number 2 was develop that particular area to for the people to stay. That was the focus. Then, today what he is saying, the focus has come now, where he is saying intergenerative keep a fund where it can be used for. So situation changes every time. I am not saying that what he is saying is not right. I am saying my thing is very simple. My thing is, who do you definite? See, it is indefinite. What he is saying is indefinite. How much definite is it?
Tomorrow they may come with buildings which don't require steel.
Yes.
So let us.
No.
Let us have the exploit it today only.
You are taking,
because tomorrow they may have buildings without steel.
No, I never said
that.
That.
I
I never said that. You are taking the realistic meaning of that.
No, one point.
That is not a realistic meaning.
It's a consistent point असा आणि मागीर तो विचारप गरजेचं कारण अल्टिमेटली गव्हर्नमेंट पॉलिसी फ्रेम करता आणि गव्हर्नमेंट मतांचेर इलेक्ट जाता. So that is the reality of
correct.
it.
That's
So
a good point you said.
Jenna
Goa Foundation should stand no for election.
No, correct.
Let them get elected. Let us see how many people are there.
No, let the balance be there.
No,
Don't make everybody
I
politician.
appreciate. See, I appreciate Cloud Bob. I appreciate.
Let the balance be there.
No. I never said that. I appreciate the works of Goa Foundation.
No,
I have been always debating the Goa
this
Foundation. I have been always saying that. I never said any. You can recall my statement. I never said Cloud is wrong.
No. I'm not on that.
I said
I'm
we
not
should
on that.
balance it together. This is the only statement I'm still
No,
making
I'm
today.
not on that. Clifford, my point is very simple. Ultimately,
You made that.
लोक गव्हर्नमेंट इलेक्ट करतात, गव्हर्नमेंट पॉलिसी करतात. तांचो बेसिक गजाल आसा की मायनिंग एरियेतले जे लोक आसात ते एक पर्टिक्युलर डायरेक्शन घेवन चलतात. तांगेल जेन्ना इंटरेक्शन जाता त्या लोकां बरोबर तांच्यो एक पर्टिक्युलर डिमांड्स असतात अँड दे आर सेइंग दॅट द गव्हर्नमेंट इज इन ट्यून विथ दोज डिमांड्स. हाऊ टू not justify that?
Correct.
No, I want to join Goa Forward now.
Sorry,
Goa Foundation. Not Forward, sorry. Goa Foundation. When I
whole-
join Goa Foundation, I will share his views.
See, the whole problem
You
is
can still share it.
the whole
Not
problem
authorized.
is the whole problem is
Yeah.
due to indiscriminate mining for some time.
Yeah, it is.
There must be some vested interest.
Now, allow me to add
Please,
to what you
yeah,
are saying.
yeah.
Indiscriminate, ignorant mining.
Okay,
yes.
there must be so many vested interest in this industry.
Yes.
And these vested interest will certainly control certain vote banks. Now it is this will have to be punctured by the government. The government
How will government getting elected from those votes will
No,
puncture it?
correct. Government will have to
why
take.
the Supreme Court has had to
government
step
will
in.
have to take a line, taking that into consideration. The government will have to take into consideration various environmental laws. The government will also have to take into consideration the concept of intergenerational equity, and the government will have to take into consideration all these factors, including the factor which the Supreme Court says rapacious mining in several parts of the country.
Okay.
All these taking into consideration, they will have to come with a new policy,
Yeah, we shall-
and then
Who has
of
to
course a
come?
new act.
We shall
Who has to come?
final thing.
Government.
Final thing.
The
The
Supreme Court.
Not the Supreme Court, government.
No, that at least.
No, yeah, sir, then I'll come to you. We shall final thing you tell me lokanso pressure equation, because as he's saying that they are dealing with those people on day-to-day basis and they have certain demands and they have to fulfill those demands because that is people elect the government. How to
People elect
go
the
ahead by balancing both these equations.
See, let's just take the Goa's case. Some of the bogus things which are going on, like that Goa is a mining dependent state. The earnings from mining has never exceeded more than 10% of GDP except 2 years. Okay, so it's a complete bogus. Is the mining money coming to people?
I'll come to you.
Let him tell who said.
This is the proponents of mining saying people will die, the income will stop, economy will fall. According to published reports,
my point is different. My point is that there are certain demands
pressure,
from the people.
it is not from the people. That's a rubbish.
No, there are people who are from the mining areas.
The people from the mining area need employment. We
Correct.
are not saying stop mining. Correct. We are saying stop.
I am asking for a middle path.
We are saying stop loot.
Okay.
Do legal business. As sir, he is a miner. He knows mining can be a very profitable business if it is run as a business. But it has become a loot. Why will the Supreme Court use words like rapacious mining, indiscriminate mining?
That happened in what he said.
So,
is correct.
see,
No? In 4 years back, it
I
happened.
think everyone here agrees mining is not to be stopped. Minerals are needed. It is our wealth and property, and we have to use it
Wisely.
Wisely.
Correct. That is all the Supreme Court is
And I
asking.
would like to add one more thing.
And all the other things are just taking you down a wrong tangent.
Okay.
saying
I think
like
it's a nice,
this.
nice
this
positive
all-
note. म्हाका सांगात how to strike that balance. I'm again
The
on
balance
that.
is very simple.
Yes.
When you are extracting 20 million tons of iron ore, you are getting 80 million tons, 8 crore tons of other materials. Segregate it, sell it instead of dumping it. So you end up with
Sir is very
100 million tons
You are saying you are already extracting the
20,
well.
yeah.
Just utilize it to the maximum.
to the maximum. Segregate
See,
it.
why is it not getting maximized to the max? Because it is in this loot way. When you are making extra normal profits, why we will work extra to
Okay.
get that?
You to get to see what else is there.
Exactly.
Final Nilesh, balance कशी करपाचे अल्टिमेटली तोही पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आसा आणि तुम्ही जो डे टू डे लोकां बरोबर फेस करता तोही पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू हा
And I
बॅलन्स
have a
कशी
point of
करपाचे
view also. That has
नक्की
to be
क्लियर टाइम
addressed.
सारको सोपला
Let government address.
या
See, I just.
ते म्हणटा की मिनरांचे पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आसा
No, see, I will explain to you.
या
What everybody says is all right in their particular form. It's like today Nilesh Kabral is sitting here as a representative of the public. Tomorrow I'm not a representative of the public. I go and join Goa Foundation. I will share the same view.
No, these are not views.
Let me finish.
how to see Nilesh
How
my
to-
point
how
is how
to-
to create a middle path
Acha, that
because
is
there
the
are
right-
valid
that is- that
arguments
is-
on both sides.
Yes, I appreciate the valid
Yeah.
advocacy.
How to-
Today,
there are valid
who
arguments on both
I
sides.
asked Dr. who creates the laws?
What about my side?
Who
It's the third
creates?
side.
Who creates the laws?
No, you are a part of people.
No. Who creates the laws? Dr. say government.
Yeah,
Who am I?
yeah.
Government, because of the position given by whom? By the people. He made a statement that GDP and earnings of the government. See, today nobody is concerned what the government is earning. Every individual, as I said, nobody takes care of his father and mother when he grow up because the generation has come now.
Everybody is about how much he or she is earning.
Yes, that is why there is no trust and there is no anywhere where I should look after my parents. That thing is not any future. God knows what is going to happen. I don't know.
So we should
whether
let it
he knows.
happen.
So now what is happening is, I agree to some points that yes, there should be something for our next generation. I am not superficial.
Middle
I agree.
path. What is the middle path?
Who is going to define that middle path? I don't know.
Government cannot define it.
You tell me. See, you are making me answer the same thing. I asked Stefan Sabab. He told me that who makes the laws is the government. That's what he
that
agreed.
is very clear.
Now
The
what
Supreme
I'm
Court
saying,
has asked
the
the
Supreme
government-
Court will say
the
a lot of
government
things.
to frame a new mineral policy.
Doctor, see, that
And-
is where
and
that's
the
what
law
the
will have
hitch is.
to
No,
change.
Nilesh,
No,
but final
we are
no,
trying
no,
to
Nilesh,
understand.
मला final एकच गजाल सांग कोणे करचे अशें तुका दिसता
Has to be government.
There is a
Common
policy
sense.
What is
of the
it?
government.
Samjana,
If the
policies,
government-
see, government, this policy of 2008, what Mr. Harish says, who has made this policy?
Government.
Who has implemented?
Yeah.
Supreme Court?
The bureaucrat.
Now I'm asking you.
No, government.
That is quite.
See,
No,
government-
they are
government
asking
will-
will the government do it?
See, you don't know. See, I'm asking you again. Where are the limitations? See, yes, now the government in Goa has, after 2012, now when they have started in 2015, it has somehow managed and it has brought in restrictions to itself, distribution and all that. What was before 2012, everybody knows.
Chaos.
The situation today is not like what it was. So automatically government has done a lot of things. Now what he is saying about, I don't know what else he wants from us. Let them give their viewpoints. Let us
Let the industry start. On the way, we will take corrective measures as and when they require.
Let them give
Okay,
their
okay.
viewpoints.
हांव इतल्याचेर थांबता ना म्हजो वेळ सारको सोंपला म्हाका दिसता एक गजाल हांगा सगळ्यांनी एग्री केली की सर्टन मार्केट रियलिटीज आमी विचाराक घेवपाकच जाय पण मार्केट रियलिटीज विचारात घेतना आमी अशी करपाक शकना की आमी फुडल्या पिळगेचो विचारच करचे ना सो तो बॅलन्स सरकारान सादचो आणि सगळ्यांचे हित पळोवचे म्हाका दिसता इतलीच सगळ्यांची हांगा अपेक्षा आसा ती करतले इतलेच मागतना थांबता तुम्ही राहतात आमकां दितले अशें म्हाका पूर्ण विश्वास आसा हांव इतल्याचेर थांबता आयले इतली बरे तरेन मतां मांडली थँक्स अ लॉट पळयत रावत